would have just left. The cops wouldn't even shown up.
I don't see why you had to make such a big deal out of
A big
nothing.
deal out of nothing?
Yeah.
Hi, Fred, Wilma. My name's Sally. I'm a social worker with County Family Services. And
I don't understand why you're here. Why the cops called you? Are you here to take away my baby?
Your baby. She's our baby.
Okay, the reason I'm here is to help you come to a resolution to the conflict going on in your family this evening. But more importantly, to ensure the safety of everyone in your family. Now, I've met Sophie, your daughter, already, and my co-worker Ruth will stay in the nursery with her while I ask you some questions, okay? I will be writing down your answers so I don't miss anything important that you have to say. Okay, so let's start with your ages and how long the two of you have been together.
I'm 25. He's 30. We've been married for about 4.5 years. And Sophie is a year and a half.
Okay, and what are your occupations?
I'm a social media consultant and I work from home.
Okay,
I'm a pediatric nurse.
great. And do you have any other children, or are there any other adults living in the home?
No, it's just the three of us. We have a nanny who comes 2 to 3 days a week, but Betty doesn't live here.
Betty's your nanny, okay. All right, so what happened here this evening?
My husband's a loud jerk who started screaming and yelling, and the neighbors called the cops.
Yeah, because you wouldn't
and here
leave.
you are. I did try to leave.
Yeah, with
and
our
you wouldn't
daughter.
let me.
Okay, this will actually go a little quicker if we all speak one at a time, okay? Wilma, what was Fred being so loud about that the neighbors could hear?
I punched him in the arm, and he acts like I'm trying to kill him. He starts yelling at me, telling me to get out of the house, to leave. So I start packing up a couple of Sophie's things, and he stops me and tells me I'm not allowed to take her. I'm not allowed to take my own daughter.
Okay,
If I'm leaving, she's going with me.
okay. I hear what you're saying. Now, you said that you punched him. How many times?
Just one time.
Okay, all right. And so before the punch and the yelling started, what was going on in your home? What led up to all this?
Well, I'd come home from working a 14-hour shift at work, wanted to relax, read my book, eat some dinner. Fred had put Sophie in bed, but she wasn't asleep. She was screaming. He wouldn't go get her. I asked him to go get her and, calm her down. And the lazy jerk just wouldn't. So I go and, I give him a little punch as I walk past. He grabs my arm, starts yelling at me, telling me to get out of the house, but he wouldn't let me take Sophie.
Okay. So are you feeling maybe he overreacted a little bit to the punch?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And do you have anything else to say at this moment, Wilma?
No.
Okay, all right. Fred, how are you viewing this evening's events?
First, it wasn't just a little love tap as she walked by. She punched me with her fist.
Oh.
And it may have been just one time tonight, but she's hit me multiple times in the past. These bruises on my arm just aren't from tonight, from an hour ago.
Okay, all right. Has Wilma ever hurt Sophie?
Of course not.
Okay, Wilma, I hear what you're saying, and we'll talk again in a little bit. Right now, I do want to hear from Fred, though, okay? Has your wife ever hurt your daughter?
Not that I know of. She's hardly here long enough to hug or hit her daughter.
Okay, well, I can imagine her hours as a nurse are long and can take her away from the family and be frustrating.
It's not just the work hours. I mean, she leads a kids club. She goes to a book club. She has her girls' nights out. She's out on her free time.
Okay.
And where's the time for our daughter?
Okay. I hear you, Fred. You sound very frustrated, and I can understand that. But what I'd like to hear right now is the events that occurred in your home tonight.
Well,
Can you tell me that?
I usually try to let Sophie sleep on her own, training her to sleep and put herself to sleep.
Right.
So I usually let her cry for 10 to 15 minutes. And Wilma asked me to go get her. I said a few more minutes,
Okay.
and she wanted it done right then and there. Sophie wasn't screaming or crying; it was whimpering.
Okay.
And she always wants me to get things done instantaneously, jump up and go do it.
And so, what happened when you didn't go to get her right away?
I grabbed her arm. I told her, I'm tired of you beating on me. Asked her to leave the house. Wanted her to just leave. And she gets up and walks towards Sophia and starts packing up her things. I said, you're not taking our daughter. And that's when the yelling and things started and the cops called and you showed up.
Okay. Do you argue like this often?
Not when we first got married. The first few years before Sophie was born, we didn't argue much at all. And lately, she's just a lunatic. Always slamming things around, comes home and just always tossing things, throwing things, slamming cupboard doors.
Okay. But these things that are thrown, they're not directed at anyone?
No, it's just anger and frustration and
Right.
her attitude when she's home.
And so you're feeling that she has some anger issues that might need to be worked through?
Yes.
Okay, so, you grabbed her arm. You both said that you said that you grabbed Wilma's arm.
Yes.
Have you, done anything physical like that in anger in the past?
No, I mean just to stop her from walking by or defending myself, but never to cause her harm.
Okay. And what are Wilma's interactions like with Sophie?
When she's around, she's there for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe plays for 5 minutes with her, gets up, she won't read to her daughter. She says that she won't understand it. Her daughter has Down syndrome, she's not deaf.
Right.
She's a kid, she wants to spend time with her mom.
Right.
And I do spend time with her.
Okay, hold that thought, Wilma. Fred, continue.
Well, I mean, that's what happened.
Okay, all right. Wilma, now, why does your husband say you don't spend quality time with her?
Well, he's here with her all day, every day, so of course, they have this great bond, and I'm working like crazy to pay for bills and food, Sophie's therapies and whatnot. And Fred doesn't know what we do when he's not here, when he's out with a client and I'm here. I bathe her, I feed her. I'm not a bad mom.
Okay. Now, Fred said that he's only grabbed you like this evening and maybe on occasion to stop you walking by or something, but that you've punched him multiple times,
Leaving bruises.
leaving bruises. Okay, noted.
I guess so.
Okay, so this seems rather accurate. Okay.
I guess so.
Okay. Then let's talk about the bruise on Sophie's back.
That wasn't my fault. I wasn't here.
Okay. I'm not looking for fault here. I'm just looking for the facts. Fred, can you tell me what happened?
Sophie's just learning to walk, and she was leaving the couch and let go of the couch as the puppy came in and jumped up on her. She fell backwards onto one of those toy blocks.
Okay. Okay.
I put ice on it. There wasn't any skin breakage. The doctor said she was fine.
Okay, good. All right. And do these incidents happen frequently?
No, we do have a dog that's great with Sophie. And then this puppy that's here is our friend's puppy, and he's out of town for a couple of days, so the puppy was staying.
Okay.
And you know how puppies, they're just
Okay.
rambunctious, and
Okay.
accidents happen.
So, agreed. I raise 4 of my own children. I do understand accidents do happen. But that was the primary reason the police called me, was that bruise on her back, not understanding where it came from. But that does make sense, being pushed over by an anxious puppy.
Well, nobody hurt Sophie, if that's what you're getting at.
I'm not trying to get at anything other than what's going on in your family, okay? So I want to thank you both for your openness and honesty this evening. I do feel that Sophie's in no direct, imminent danger from either of you. You seem to love her very much. But I do have to say that I'm concerned about your anger issues. Wilma, what do you think maybe we can do to ease some of that concern?
I guess I could look into one of those anger management classes.
Okay. Well, that is a very brave step for you there. Tell me, what type of support system do you guys have to help you get through this hurdle that you've come to?
None of us really have family here. Both of our family is away.
Okay.
You know, I do have the Down syndrome group that I'm part of, parents from there that I meet with, and some of Sophie's play date families,
Mhm.
you know, I'm pretty close with.
Okay.
I have a couple close friends from work.
Okay, good. All right, so Fred, what, your wife has, agreed to check into some anger management,
Well, I'd still like her to
classes.
leave tonight, just for some cooling down. I'd still like to see her leave tonight.
Okay. Wilma, are you willing to,
And maybe some marriage counseling for us.
okay, okay. Wilma, are you willing to, leave for a day or two to give your family some?
I guess I could stay with a friend for the weekend.
Okay, that'd be great. All right, so I'm going to give you my cards. I will be doing a follow-up with you. But in the meantime, if either of you need anything, please give me a call. Okay, that is my direct number at work. I'd also like to give you some information on anger management classes and some marriage counseling, so you guys can check that out. And I will give you a call and follow up with you.
So you're not taking Sophie?
No, I do not see any need for that at this time. Again, I believe you both want to work through this, so I will check back with you soon, and we'll reassess and see where everyone's at. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I go check on Sophie now?
Yeah, I'll go with you, so I can grab my coworker, and Wilma, why don't you go pack a few things?